Good afternoon, sports fans,
Oh
and
no.
welcome to the Vortex Racing Network's production of the Bonfire Premier Cup. The boys of Bonfire are live at Indianapolis for the Brickyard 175, brought to you by Todd Dunn. Thank you, Todd, for your sponsorship of the Brickyard 175 here today. Race number 2 of the regular season, coming off an exciting Kentucky Speedway where it did not take David Medina long to get his first win of the year. Too wide in the booth. Mean Gene Money, Smoking Joe, bringing you all the fire on the track. Joe, last week, kind of a warm up for what we're going to see. 32 guys last week, 35, starting to see those truck drivers make the jump.
Yeah, a lot of new drivers uh, coming and going here in the series. Great to see so many faces return and see new faces that we see on Tuesdays now on Sunday mornings as well. It's really bolstered the field here to start the new season. It's so exciting to see all these new drivers out here to really fill out the field. We'll see what they got in store on a hot one here today at Indy.
Yes, the track is slightly elevated in temperature, gonna make it interesting. And with the larger field, one might use the term growing pains. And this will be a challenge for the drivers. Joe, so easy to get your speed up. And then you got a funnel tunnel situation coming into turns 1 and 3. Gonna be challenging. Super excited to see exactly how it is gonna unfold. Now, last week we did see David Medina take the win, familiar face Joe Volpus taking the second place finish, and Eric Gambrell popping off with that podium. Eric not making the trip here today. Also, significant names not here. Ricky Mandela also not going to make a start. Chris Morrill. So, a few guys missing today's start, but many of the familiar faces that you have grown to love and hate, depending on your affiliation.
Yep, a lot of good names out here today. I'm looking at somebody that's won here in the past here as well. Justin Malarkey out in the field today. Great to see him back. Looks like to potential full-time action. Malarkey won here a couple seasons ago. Actually, it was a little while ago. I think it was season 9, I want to say, off the top of my head. Won a thriller at the end of the race here back then. So always exciting to see those guys come back as well as all of the action from everybody else in the series. Qualifying is underway there, Mean Gene. Let's go out to the track for the action.
Yeah, let's see what we got going on here today. Fastest guys in practice, Richard Modric, newly minted plus EV racing driver, was the fastest. See what he can do solo out there. Michael Sara, the 7 Motorsports driver, making his way around. Nice. Look at that. Currently got that number 27 up in second place. Qualifying 10 minutes here today for the Brickyard 175. Lots of opportunities. Track temperature actually has dropped a couple of degrees since they opened the qualifying session. So you do see lots of guys waiting to actually get out there. Up top, though, you can see Joe Volpus, plenty of pole positions behind him. Michael Sara, double nickel. Jared Kelly back again. Good to see Jared out on the track. The 14 of Mark Dumont. Dumont had a pretty solid Kentucky race last week. See what the French Canadian can do here today. And then, I see a 900 number up there at the top there, Joe. Who is that in fifth?
Right now, it's a little messed up on the leaderboard, so a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Crazy.
Right now, Ben Needus is being scored as 5th in quali, so good run from him to this point. And it looks like the camera pack that was in the chat, the custom
Oh,
camera
buddy.
pack, does not work. So we're going to go back to the
Oh,
normal
buddy.
one.
What are you doing?
We're just going to go back to this normal one because this actually works.
There we go. Here's David Brenner, Gulf Coast driver. Oh, he's doing a Duval. Can he finish it, though? Yes, he
Oh, no.
does. The Russian judges give him a 9.9 as he devours the front end of that car. Here's Nick Mills, privateer running. Nick, of course, was one of your final four competitors last year. Probably the biggest name not on a team at the moment. Team racing again starting up here this season. So waiting to see who's going to snatch him. Just snatch Nick Mills right up and get those points. Points still being developed. It's going to be a maximum of 4 drivers per team. And then the top 3 finishers each week, their points will be accumulated to figure out who is going to be. And look, Nick just going to come to a stop in front of the fans. They love when he does that. Oh,
yeah.
here's your guy right here, Justin.
Yeah, Justin did win here. Great run from him a couple seasons ago. It was actually before he was in this body armor paint scheme. That's how long ago it was. We don't usually race here a lot. So Justin, one of the more recent winners here, even though it was a few seasons ago.
Back in the day. Last time they were here was just 2 short seasons ago when we saw Jason Landry take one of many wins. Jared Kelly second, Jay-Z Bennett third. Significant names as well. David Medina 4, Kevin Kyle Dick 5th there. So a lot of experience on the track. No Landry here today, so maybe Jared Kelly might be his day.
Looks like Evan Stewart ran one lap and then decided to park it here. He's currently at the top of the board, Jerry.
Yeah,
Dean.
no
Watch
practice
out.
either.
Oh.
No practice either. This is all he's done. I'm hearing on the radio, he's like, I woke up 10 minutes ago. So good for him. And that is the way you prepare. That's the way you prepare for a race. Here's the 23 laying down some laps right now. Such a fascinating track, Indianapolis. The exit speed that you can maintain. It's not how quick you get into the turn, but just how well you set yourself up coming out of turn 2 and turn 4 to get that great run. And I expect that's where we're going to see a majority of the passing, clean passing. Joe, is going to be setting yourself up out of 2 and 4 to get that run on the straightaway. ARCA braking might end poorly, whereas that fast, hard acceleration down the straights, I think, will be rewarded with those nice, clean passes. Todd Dunn out on the track today. Todd is our title sponsor here for the Brickyard 175. The Florida Man Racing driver looking to continue another season here, improve what he did last year. Great best of the rest. Oh, and he's doing a Duval.
Oh, in the wall.
Yeah, that's how you end the. Well, Jax isn't here today. He's participating in a class official or something. I don't know. I don't know what the Florida guys do.
Something or other.
Something, not this. Here's Jay-Z Bennett. This guy's had a great run over in the trucks this year, Joe, hoping to continue those efforts here in the Cup Series. Last week, let's take a peeky poo at what Double O Joe did last week. He got a 12th last week, so Plus EV Racing driver would love to improve and continue right there on the line for the way too early playoff predictions. Other sponsors we want to give a shout out to, of course, want to give a big thanks to Admin Box. Admin Box, of course, with their partnership with Bonfire Racing League, giving us the opportunity to bring this hardware to you guys for just 10% off. You can go check that out. Let's say you got a multitask during a race. You need to call a caution. You need to clear a black flag. You need to send that guy to the pits because it's his third caused caution. The box is set. No more setting hotkeys. Those buttons all at the power of a fingertip. Thank you so much, Admin Box, for your partnership here this season with Bonfire Racing League.
And that's it. Right at the end of qualifying, Jay-Z Bennett, Double O Joe, puts down a lap time good enough for third at the buzzer.
Well, and that is going to finalize our qualifying. And Joe, as we look up top, no surprise, Mr. I just woke up 10 minutes. Mr. I just woke up 10 minutes ago, getting it done. And so big congratulations. Before we go racing, we want to recognize the fastest qualifier as the winner of the 988 Pole Award, presented in support of suicide awareness and prevention. This award is a reminder that awareness, connection, and conversation matter both on and off the track. If you or someone you know needs support, help is available 24/7 through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling or texting 988. Thank you, Kyle Lynott, for your sponsorship and your awareness and active for this epidemic that affects so many. Evan Stewart, the winner of the 988 Pole Award. Joining him on the front row, these sweet, sweet new graphics. Thank you, Buddy Sully. Going to be David Medina, the Orlando, Florida driver. Last week's winner is the second car on row number 1. Jay-Z Bennett going to start third here today, joined on the second row by Pennsylvania driver Joe Volpes. 5th place today, Michael Sara got that number 27 rip roaring and ready to go. Jared Kelly going to be starting 6th, joining Michael on the 3rd row. 7th here today, going to be David Owens. Great to see Zero Chill back in the field full time. Zach Engel, the Oshkosh, Wisconsin driver, starting in the 8th place here today. 9th is going to be Marc Dumont, the French Canadian, ready to spread that Labatt blue everywhere he goes in 9th. 10th is going to be Ben Needy. Missed last week due to a trip to Mexico. Hope that penicillin cleared everything up, Ben. Jake Johnson going to start in 11th here today, joined on the 6th row by Rick Modric, starting in 12th. 13th position going to be Kyle Lynott, and he is joined by teammate David. Oh, no longer teammates, they're rivals. David Brenner starting in the 7th position. 8th place today going to be Jose Medina, starting and joined by Justin Malarkey on row number 8 in 16th. 17th here today, going to be Kevin Kyle. David Buell starting 18th, rounds out the top 9 rows.
Yep, going through the rest of the field, we see Paul Ferdiani going to start in 19th place alongside Zeth Hawley in 20th. Those are 2+ EV Racing drivers. Row 11, we see the 20 car of Nick Mills going to start alongside Jerry Rose, 2 guys we expect to see fight through the field pretty early. Behind them in row number 12, Chuck Kiger making his debut, starting alongside Jake Cachet on his return to the series full-time. Behind them, 25th place will go to Chris Smith, starting alongside Jason Trevino. 27th, 28th here on row 14, Jaden Porter, Keith Ritchie. Behind them, we see in row 15, Todd Dunn, the last one to put down a lap time. Everybody else here, no lap times. That's Sam Milliken starting 30th. 31st, 32nd will be Tommy Fox, Stephen Neal. 33rd, 34th will be Tim Darby and Jax Duvall. Looks like he may not be sticking around for this race, though. And then James Vinning going to start 35th. Also hearing some technical issues on his end. We'll see what happens with them. But we're getting ready to go green.
Oh, it happens fast here at Indy. Larry Mack down there thinking, what about me? Sorry, Larry, you're not going to get your shot here today. He's on the bench. Here we go. All eyes up front on Stewart as he is getting ready to take it across the start-finish line. David Medina on the outside. Flag man's waving, and we're live here for the Brickyard 175. It is Evan Stewart bringing us into turn number 1. Medina outside row fading as it did not go very fast. And you can see outside lane did not get that jump, Joe.
Yeah, outside was at a huge disadvantage, as expected at a track like this, Mean Gene, because it's a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Dominant to the bottom here. You really want to get down on that white line, actually cross that white line with that left side tires a little bit. We'll see a couple of these guys do it down here. You can see David Medina pretty much getting right down on that white line, but crossing over, it's where the best grip really is. And being on the bottom, yeah, there you go, right there, getting right down to that concrete down there in turn 4, trying to get a good run.
Yeah, that is going to be the key, is how how much of an exit they can get, influencing just how fast they're going to whip it down that back and front straight. Evan Stewart's still in the lead, really doing a great job. You can see Double O Joe and David Medina right behind them, kind of Joe Volpus as well, starting to single file out. But there is a little contact in the back. Jake O'Shea sending Rose right up the track. Excitement early on here, Indianapolis. Everybody keeps it on the straight and narrow. And I'm not sure here. Evan Stewart, he must be in a hurry to get done.
Yeah, I think you missed out on what happened towards the front of the field, Mean Gene. The 00 and the 98 both got into the wall hard at it too. 98 looks like he got away unscathed. The 00 though, that you see that rear spoiler looks a little messed up right there. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe a little bit of damage to the 00.
Do a little investigative journalism and see if I can remember which buttons give us rewinds. Because I want to see.
Looking throughout the field, Mean Gene's looking for that. Kyle Lanot going underneath Ben Nitas here. That's for 11th spot as they go side by side. Got to be careful. The car getting tight here. And you can see now former teammate David Brenner giving him a push down the backstretch as they both try and clear for 11th and 12th. Oh, the 22 and the 66 make a little bit of contact there. Got to watch out. Everybody stays straight, though. And it's on the straight and narrow, like you said earlier. Mean Gene, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, if you want to kick it over, I can show you exactly what happened to Double O Joe there. Early on in the race, we could see Double O Joe Bennett. He was running in second, trying to chase down Evan Stewart. You can see, and then just taps that wall, and then Medina gives him a tap as well. And that is just enough. Once you push up like that, I can only imagine it is just going to get worse from there. Here's a little back. Oh.
That must be where the damage came from there.
Yeah.
Was that hit on the left rear.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Hopefully he'll get in there and get that thing addressed.
Well, looking back up towards the front of the field, right now Evan Stewart's coming around to turn number 4 here to complete lap number 4, and he's opened it up to a 2.5 lead now over David Medina. Looks like Ben Nitas may have had a little bit of an excursion because I'm seeing him drop through the field right now. Looks like he got it going again, though. He's fallen all the way back to 22nd, so a bunch of spots lost for the 66 right there.
Yeah, Ben not having the day that he really wanted. That car was very fast in practice, and I've seen Ben put in a lot of laps in other series as well. Was expecting a lot out of Mexico. Expecting a lot after his vacation to Mexico last week. Still riding up in around 22nd place. 4-man team there. Would love to see Ben get some work done on that car and come home with that top 20, top 15 performance.
Yeah, right now he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Fell back 12 spots here in the first 5 laps after starting 10th. Was under attack there early, just outside the top 10. Had a moment there, I believe, as well, and now back in 22nd. He's going to have a lot of work ahead of him to make up spots, and it doesn't look very easy to pass here. You can see right now Justin Malarkey, somebody I was saying to keep an eye on right now, working on David Buell for 15th spot, and it looks like Buell's going to get back around him. So Malarkey back to where he started. A lot of jostling early, but not really a lot of movers.
No, very difficult to make those moves, and it really is about how you can come out. But you're right about Malarkey. I'm watching this. You got Nick Mills now trying to take a peek underneath him. He's got Michael Sara behind him as well, giving him that push. So there's something going on with that 73, whether it's he ate those tires up quickly, but you can see how vulnerable that Ford is right now.
Yeah, right now, that outside, very interesting to see Malarkey running the outside right there. I don't think it's really working for him, though, because he is slipping backwards right now. He's got Nick Mills right behind him. Right now, like you were talking about, not a lot of guys really moving forward, but Jay-Z Bennett with that damage still on the slide backwards, so got to keep an eye on him here as he falls to 9th after a really aggressive move right behind there by Kyle Lanot.
Yeah, Kyle, he is never shy to put on a show for the fans at the house. Hope you love what you're seeing out there. If you are, I know you are because you're still with us. Go ahead and make sure you are subscribed to the Vortex Racing Network. Best way to keep up with all the action and watch your favorite iRacing drivers out here doing battle 5 nights a week. Get subscribed, get those updates, and you'll know exactly when we're going to go live doing 5 different nights, 6 different series with 4 different leagues. Plenty of action. Right now, you are watching the Sunday Premier Cup from the Bonfire League, and it is Evan Stewart just putting on a master clinic as he has got that second lead over David Medina. They're still close to each other, but then you can see Medina with that 1 second lead over Jared Kelly. Kelly did get second place last year. Hopefully, he's got some late race heroics or maybe even late gas run heroics. Speaking of fuel, Joe, we've been green here 8 laps. How far are we thinking you can take one of these things? About 25 laps?
Yeah, 25 to 27 is a fair assessment for the way the fuel numbers are lining up here today. We'll see how many people want to push it that far, though, because that does mean you're able to short pit it on this first run. You may be able to see pit stops as early as lap 22.
So, going to have to pay attention. It is scheduled, of course, for 70 laps here today. So, we're looking at 2 pit stops under optimal circumstances. And with 5 sets of tires, plenty of opportunity to strategize. Is that a word? Yeah, strategize the rest of the field. Oh my, JZ Bennett touches the wall again, Joe. We thought he stopped the bleeding back at 13th spot, but he touched it again. David Buell putting the move on him, and now he's got Jose Medina, Justin Malarkey. Oh, I thought we were going to get a 3 wide, Joe.
Yeah, JZ, Double O Joe here is struggling really hard with the damage on that car. I think he's just trying to survive until a caution. He's going to need a caution, I think, in order to get whatever's wrong with that car fixed. He's at least got, it looks like maybe a little right front damage and definitely has left rear damage, and it seems it's got the car very unstable for him. He's been dropping through the field. He seemed to stabilize it, like you said, for a moment, but look at that right there. The car's just like so out of control that he can't even. Oh my!
Yeah, he can't even. Oh my!
That was a good example. Yeah, you can see. I think he's just gonna try and let most people go here.
There it is.
Try and drive by himself for a little bit.
Yeah, that right front, Joe. I'm looking at it right now. That thing is just crushed in. That the quarter and the front of the car. So really unfortunate for a guy that had such a great qualifying run.
Jake Cachet off the pace right in front of him there. It looked like he had a bad corner. Not sure if he got stacked up with the guys in front of him or not. But he's right now struggling back in 23rd, trying to work his way forward. Looking around on the track, somebody actually, David Owens just ran his personal best of the race. 53.33 right there. Looks like he's just trying to follow Michael Sarra. Michael Sarra, great start to the race for him. Started in 5th, and we're already, on lap 11 here, and he's holding down the fort in the top 5, having a good showing early on.
Yeah, no surprise right there. Michael Sarra, he did take 14th place last week at Kentucky, missed the playoffs by 1 point, but also had missed 2 races last season. So no surprise to see that 27 running up there in that 5th place spot. If he can keep up this pace, this is a guy you might be looking at for a final 8 run. Now, behind him, though, David Owens. Joe, just comparing last season to this season, you got the return of David Owens, you got the return of Jared Kelly, you've got the return to full-time of Kevin Kyle. This field, this entire field just suddenly got stacked with a bunch of top 4, top 8, and championship caliber drivers in that off season. So very exciting time for the growth of the league.
Yeah, it's nice to see guys always come back to the series. We know some of the guys that came back as well, unable to make it today. Chris Morrill trying to commit as much as he can to full-time action this season with all of his work schedule stuff as well. So good to see him I know he couldn't make it today, but good to see him back on the roster. Justin Malarkey, he's back out here, looks like, on a more regular basis as well. Who else is still out? There's some other people out here. Jose Medina, I know he's been
Yep.
going through a lot of stuff. Great to see him return after his championship for Quest last season. Looks like things are going pretty good for him. So that's always good to see. Right now battling with Kevin Kyle for 15th. So many guys coming back this season it's just so good to see. Looks like we may have had some trouble because I'm seeing
Trouble.
Keith Ritchie and Todd Dunn on pit road. Not sure what's going on there. They both entered the pits on lap 11. Maybe something funky happened there. Not really sure what.
You know what? Let's do a little investigative research.
Evan
Ricci,
Stewart
of
also
course,
having a
one
bit
of
of
the.
a blinking problem here. I want to point that out real quick as well. So the tower data is getting all messed up because Evan Stewart's blinking out every 3 seconds.
Oh, don't do it, Evan. Don't do it. All right, I'm watching Ricci. Everything appears to be going pretty well. I'm way back on lap number 8. Oh, him and Dunn are getting close. Oh, well, he got loose a little bit, Joe. The rear end got loose, but no contact with anybody. I think.
Very interesting that they both pitted though right there. So something weird must happen because they're both still on pit road at this point.
Maybe speeding.
They've been in there for 2.5 minutes now, so it's
okay. I did see what happened to Ricci there. That yeah, that was. You want to kick over for a second? I can show you.
Oh,
Hear what happens on lap number 11, turn 3.
Well, I guess we figured out why they're going into the pits.
Yeah, here's Ricci, lap 11, turn 3. He's already gotten loose a couple times, and you can see the car just not turning. He locks it up, and right there, the car is just way too loose.
Oh.
Fuel, the tires wearing out before the gas tank runs out. I imagine that he's going to milk this thing. Who is that he's passing?
Oh, somebody else. That must be Todd Dunn getting the wall right there.
Oh, it was. Let's see. Oh my. Maybe Tommy Fox is throwing banana peels out. Both those guys were behind Tommy.
Ooh. Oh, yep. That is the
Yeah.
That is not a good angle to hit the wall.
No bueno.
Very, very bad right there. Very, very bad.
Yep. Let's go back live. See what we
got. Oh, I'm seeing some bad stuff on the data. Oh no.
Oh, you're lighting up?
No. Oh, Mean Gene, I reckoned it's a caution. It happened.
Oh no, it's Shea.
Jake Shea and Sam Milliken.
Oh, you know what that means? That means I've been waiting. I've been waiting and waiting. Now we are finally rewarded with just a little bit of the infamous. It is the Demolition Derby, as we have had our first caution of the day. Let's see if I can get a configuration. Who was that? Looked like Jake Shea might have been.
It was Jake Shea, Sam Milliken on the data.
Right. So let's pull up those guys.
On lap number 16, we're now on 17 here down the backstretch under caution right here as everybody coming around the track. All behind the pace car. We are in the window here to make it on one more stop if everybody pits here.
All right, hook me up. I got the angle. Let's see what we got here. We're here on lap 16, paying attention to the 77 of Shea. He's on the inside of Milliken. Gets the angle that he needs to come into the turn. Everything looks just fine. Oh, and Milliken just gets loose ahead of him, and Shea says, T-bone!
Yeah, that's a tough break.
And then they just stare at each other. Look at that. Like, hey, man, what are you
That's see now what would have been
Ooh,
funny about this is if they were sitting in the middle of the track and then
there you
they
go.
caused the 30 car pileup, because that'd be reminiscent of the Cars meme where you had the two cars that were sitting talking. They were like, "Huh, it wasn't that bad," and then they end up in the 30 car wreck. Do you
Yeah,
remember that?
yeah, I do. There it is. Oh, they both pull away unhappy. All right. Well, Joe, that was the culprit. Track is a little hot. Milliken gets loose, and unfortunately, we see both guys suffer the wrath.
The Wrath of
That opens up the
Indianapolis.
pits. And that opens up the pits now. You can see Evan Stewart, Medina. Oh, they're racing off pit road.
Stewart blinks out of existence while winning the battle.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. So everybody taking that opportunity to come down
Goodness.
and get the fuel. Now, Joe, what do you think? I mean, at this point, you got to take tires, right? I mean, you 16, 18 laps into this thing. You were scheduled to come down on lap 24-ish, 25. Why not take those tires now, especially with the 5 in the garage?
Yeah, everybody can pretty much make
It's
it to the end
close.
from here because it's only a 70 lap race, so we only got 52 to go at this point. So it's right there in the window to make it. We'll see how it plays out. Evan Stewart comes back out as the leader. Medina comes out second. Jared Kelly will come out in third. Sara and Owens up to fourth and fifth as Vulpes falls to sixth.
Yeah, a little bit of movement around there. Pretty sure everybody just took the 4. Hey, since we're talking about the drivers out there, let's take a peek at one of the newer drivers coming in. How about we go to the Chuck Kiger? Let's check out Chuck Kiger right now running that 911 vehicle. Chuck out there in 21st place right now. Of course, he is one of the captains of hashtag Team Red Truck on Tuesday nights, now making his way over here for the Premier Cup. Oh, and look at Kevin Kyle being tricky. Looks like he's going to get a little splash to make sure he can make it to the end, Joe. Or
Yeah, he
or
wants.
make sure he makes it to that one-stop situation.
Yeah, wants to make sure he's safe on field. Better safe than sorry. Kevin Kyle was around 22nd right there, so not going to really lose too much by coming in for the extra fuel. You saw Jason Trevino. He's going to do the same right here and come in for the extra fuel. Double O Joe. That car looks a lot better than it did. We can try and get a closer look at it here from the chase view. Rear end looks good, and the front end looks good. So I think Jay-Z may have gotten his car fixed up, and I think he might just be coming in maybe to take tires or something right here real quick.
Yeah. Now he needed that. It was so fast in practice, and then turn around and find himself caught up in that foolishness. JC third in practice, and now going to come out in about 30th position, as he is going to need another caution to get him back through that traffic. Joe, we talked about just how difficult it is to pass, and I think that just kind of increases the intensity, especially on these restarts. These guys have had, the 16 laps to think about. God dang it, I just can't pass anybody. Best chance to pass, not in the pits, of course, would be here on a restart. So I'm very curious to see if anybody is going to be excited to force it 3 wide at the get-go. All right, pace car is out of the way as they are bringing it around, keeping an eye on Evan Stewart as he is going to bring it into the restart zone. Outside lane, David Medina, these two guys continuing that rivalry that we've seen build up over the last few seasons. So great to see these guys. And also great to see David Medina with a full team to back him up. Rolling it into the restart zone, and away we go. Great start there by Evan Stewart on the inside. Going to get a great jump outside lane. Once again, caught with his pants down. You can see David Medina Sr. is running that outside lane as quick as he can.
Oh boy.
Joe Vulpes, though, side by side with him. And oh my, he vanished and then he came back. Evan Stewart pushes that lead. Boy, having the control on the restarts, what an advantage for Stewart so far on the initial start and on that restart, Joe.
Yeah, crazy stuff right there. Evan's strip blinked out for so long that it messed up our cameras for a second, actually. So, got to keep that in mind. He may be pulling away, but he's got to make sure his connection stays strong, because this battle between Jared Kelly and Medina may be a little bit more important than just second place.
It could be Jared Stewart on the inside. Remember, he did take second place to his teammate Landry just 2 seasons ago, so plenty of Indy experience there. And look underneath, David Owens peeks and pretends he's going to take it 3 wide. He doesn't. Instead, Medina lets off, gives Kelly second place. Now it's Medina and David Owens. Owens, he also loses a little bit of speed in that corner, allowing Vulpes to draw even with him.
Oh,
And then Michael
smoke. I'm
Sara.
hearing smoke. Daryl, I heard something. That's not good. Mean Gene,
Oh, no.
save me.
Yeah. Looks like we had a little bit of contact in the back. Not what we wanted to see. But I'll tell you what, it is what we want to hear, because with that caution, that means all of a sudden, Ming Jin gets to hit the button. The Demolition Derby in full effect. Second caution of the day. Gonna come out here on lap number 21. And let's do a little bit of investigative research and figure out exactly what happened out there, Joe. Now, everybody's on those brand new tires, so you got to imagine very easy. Oh, snap, Joe. You are not going to believe.
Yeah, I don't expect to see anybody except for damaged cars to pit this time. Oh, we came over too soon. Mean Gene thought he was ready, but he wasn't. He got excited.
Oh, are we? Oh, all right. Here you go. You ready for it?
He got prematurely happy right there on the
I
broadcast.
was. All right, there's 66. Ben Needis. He's running that Culver car. You can see he's charging down Paul Ferdiani in front of him, the gambler. On that line, everything looks great. A little bit of looseness ahead of them. He's just going to bring it down. Everything looks fine for Needis, off the pace, just a tad. Wait, you know what? It wasn't Needis. What am I doing? It was actually Porter. It was his teammate, Joe.
Oh, it was the teammate.
Oh, my word. Yes, there it is. All right. So there's the 911. We just talked about him. He and Porter just accelerating down. Everything looks fine. They're both red cars. What could possibly go wrong? And, well, that could go wrong. Oof. Oof. Oof.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oof.
no.
Tommy, what was that? Yeah, that's not what you want to see right there. Oh boy, he gave him a good one there, Joe.
Yeah, I think he got out of control once he got on the brake pedal there and was just a passenger for the ride.
Yeah, I'm going to see if it'll show us the front end of Tommy's car. Look at that.
It looks
brutal.
It looks different.
Yeah. Coke Zero, it's missing more than just sugar.
All right, we're getting ready to line up for the restart here, Mean Gene. We're on 1 to green. Lap 24 here. We're going to restart at the start of lap 25. So there's going to be just over 45 laps remaining in this one. When we go back racing, looking through the field, the only people that pitted there, curiously, we saw David Owens pit from 5th. He's now back in 23rd. He put in extra fuel. Everybody else that pitted was already in the back or in the wreck. JZ Bennett up to 24th now, though, even with topping off again for fuel here. So he made up 6 spots between last restart and this one.
Wow, not a bad effort there. As you can see, Bennett now slowly creeping up the field. And that's kind of what we talked about, Joe. What he needed was, the opportunity to get that car repaired, and then a couple of restarts, pass some guys, let the field tighten back up. Pass some guys, let the field tighten back up. And that's exactly what we're seeing is he's got that ride from third to last to 23rd. So what an adventure. He's on a slingshot here today.
We'll see where the yo-yo lands him after the next restart right here. You can see Evan Stewart still leading this thing after getting the pole. Hopefully his internet holds out. Looks like he's done blinking, at least for right now. Hopefully I'm not giving him the jinx by saying that.
Don't you do it, Joe. Don't you do it. All right. So while we're running, we also let's give a shout again to Tim Darby for his sponsorship of the cautions this year. I think we all have seen a couple so far, and just wanted to give Tim his due. Pace car is out of the way as we are bringing it into the restart zone. Evan Stewart in control, and once again, away he goes. Look at, though, on the inside lane, you can see David Medina comes right with him, going to fade up into that outside lane in front of Jared Kelly. Stewart again already out to a 5, 6, 7 car lead, pulling away from Medina, Jared Kelly. Behind them, you can see Vulpes, David Buell. Vulpes is up in there. Jared Kelly, Kyle Lynott making his way up into the top 5 as well, as we're starting to see some new names pop up on that leaderboard.
Yeah, Michael Sarr is still up front, though, there in 6th. Oh, I'm seeing Seth Hawley with trouble on the graphic. I'm not seeing a yellow flag, though. We're still green. Seth Hawley, though, around on the backstretch, losing a bunch of time right here.
Not what we wanted to see. Zeth, of course, he is one of our new drivers here, already finding himself a little bit difficult out there. Oh, and they're chirpy on the radio. Nick Mills having a little bit of a get-together out there with somebody.
Yeah, it looks like he's back here in the middle of the field in 18th right now, trying to work his way forward. Some chaos going on back here. You can see Jerry Rose right behind him. David Owens, Jay-Z Bennett back here as well.
Ferdiani loose.
Oh, my. Good save.
Yep, Paul keeps it on the straight and narrow, but, that was a tense moment for the gambler. Going to bring it right back up into the pace, falls back into 16th. Oh, actually, it's a little bit further back than that. My SDK's playing games with me.
I think he was 16th before he went for the ride. He's now 24th.
It'll catch you. Evan Stewart in control here on lap number 27. Has a 0.7 of a second lead over David Medina. Single file behind him, Jared Kelly, Joe Vulpes, and Kyle Lynott. Michael Sarra running 6th. David Brenner, great day there for the 22, up into 7th, moving up 6 spots. Zach Engel is in 8th. Justin Malarkey, 9. And Jake Johnson, old Primetime, having a great run as he is in 10th. Primetime also qualified 11th here today, so that 32 doing a great job of representing Florida Men Racing without Jax Duvall on the grid.
Yeah, 11th to 10th for him, so good start to him. He's gotten under attack from Rick Modric. Modric, somebody that we've come to learn to see run up front a lot right now. He's in 11th trying to work his way forward. But I want to shout out the guy that's moved forward the most so far, and that's Chris Smith. Started back in 25th, currently up to 14th. I think it's safe to say so far with the way this race is going that is not on the controller.
No, I think Chris is giving it the real deal here today as we see him making his way through the field up 11 spots. Really having a great day. Another guy on the move. How about Stephen Neal, that 45? He's up 13 spots. And Joe, I mean, this is him every week, is it not? He starts in the back, avoids the wrecks, and then drives through about 20 cars to make his way up there to that top 15 position. So getting accustomed to seeing this guy's playbook.
Yeah, right now back there in 23rd, trying to work his way forward. I am seeing a bit of a gap going on in front of them. It looks like Jerry Rose may be struggling a little bit with his car under fierce attack from Kevin Kyle. And I think Kevin Kyle saying, let's go. Those guys in front of us are getting away.
Yeah, I hear it on the radio. A little bit of damage to that 51, just not handling the way that he would like. So for the guys behind him, It's a matter of do I wreck him? Because he ain't going anywhere. I think I see a parachute on the back of that Ford.
Yeah, definitely something going wrong there. We saw this earlier in the race when Jay-Z Bennett had his damage, just how far off the pace he was. Jay-Z, speaking of Double Ocho, he's worked his way up to 19th now. Just ran a personal best that last time by as well. His 52.94 is one of the best laps on the track last time.
He's got that thing on the move as we are watching this race unfold. Looks like, yeah, look at that gap you can see directly behind Bennett.
Well,
So
Kevin
there,
Kyle gets around there, so he's now clear, but 2 seconds back.
yeah, that was a painful position to be in there. So you can see 19th, first through 19th, then there's a gap, but there's also just a gap between Stewart and the rest of the field. Now, where the gap is closing, how about Jared Kelly, Joe Volpus? This battle for third starting to heat up. You can see Volpus drawing in closer as they're going into turns 1 and 3. A little better exit speed, but this is the problem of this track, Joe. It's just so hard to make that pass. If you go high, you're just killing tires. If you go low, you're directly in the backwash of the car in front of you, and you just hit that barrier of wall going nowhere. You can see right there, Volpus eases off a little bit, trying to get that run, but Kelly masterfully manipulates that, and the two cars hold even as that 0.3 of a second just continues to hold fast. Behind them, Lanat Sara having their own little game, but again, the wall of air just preventing these guys from making that move. And this is just going to ramp up the intensity, the sense of urgency once we get into a restart position if another caution was to come out. But great runs by lots of guys here today.
You can see further on back, looks like some battling for the mid-pack right here. I could see Dumont trying to set up a move on David Buell here for 12th. You can see Chris Smith battling right behind them with Jose Medina as well.
Yeah, Medina with a nice hug, pinches Smith, and then Smith gets lost. He's on the wall. He's nice up on the track, Joe.
Look out. All right, okay, we're all okay. Chris Smith's nose isn't okay, but everybody else skates by.
No, you want to take a look at that, Joe? Oh, wait. Don't wait.
Oh,
Don't do
no.
it. You know what I want to do.
Oh, Mean Gene is very, very premature today. Watch out.
Emotional, damn it.
All right, bring it. Bring it on over, Joe. Let's see what we're working with here.
Oh, no.
You can see the 37 of Smith is he was charging up through that field. He's got the 54 of Medina right behind him. These guys making battle. And this is what I was talking about of the exit speed. You can see just how well Jose does this. Now, going down low under the car, not always the way to do it. This, though, look at Jose. Sets up that outside, then gets the better roll, fires off, and a little bit of contact as Chris just, I don't know, that looks like racing maybe. Let's go to the other car. Let's see how close he is to that wall. Yeah. Racing stuff, right?
Yeah, just a tough break right there. Looked like Chris Smith tried to set up a move, just got tight underneath the 54 right there.
And then for his energy, this is what he gets.
Oh, big hit.
Yeah, and then back on the track for some excitement. Oh, poor Chris. Not what he needed here today. Front of that car is not happy.
No, it is not. And in terms of some interesting stuff going on, we got some different pit strategies going on here, Mean Gene. So now Joe Volpus is going to stay out here as this doesn't get them into a window to make it on one more stop yet. But So that means he's going to stay out with David Brenner, Justin Malarkey, Buell Owens, and Kevin Kyle. Evan Stewart, the first one off the pits here, and it's so hard. 8.61 seconds. I don't think that's tires. Maybe right sides. It's so hard to tell
Yeah.
because they just updated the pit times, so
Yeah.
hard to tell what pit times are what anymore.
Yeah, I'm hearing on the radio it is 2 tires for Evan Stewart out there. So we'll see exactly how that is going to benefit the guys in front of them, Volpus, Brenner, Malarkey, Buell, who made that call to stay out. But Joe, what we've seen with track position right now, man, it is just hard to pass.
Yeah, very hard to pass. So I think that's why these guys decided to stay out here, take the track position advantage with the current way the race is going, instead of taking the more fuel and better tires right here.
Well, strategy starting to become into effect. And remember, plenty of tires down there in those pits as well, giving these drivers the freedom to make that call. The question, of course, becomes, do you anticipate another wreck? If so, maybe come in, take the tires, be the beneficiary. But the other side of that coin is fuel. If those additional wrecks let you maintain that run, then you will be able to extend your run, use the air, and find yourself up in the front of the pack instead of caught in the middle, because that is exactly where these incidents seem to be occurring right now. Now, you might be wondering about the speed. Well, best lap 5.297, and we were watching those guys run 54s late in the run. So you do see a second, 1.3, 1.5 seconds in some cases of breakdown. But if you're on those fresher tires, but someone's in front of you, it's not really mattering how fast you were going. We did see Jose Medina demonstrate how to make that move, come on the outside, pinch them, side draft, get a better run off of the turn. So that's what we're going to be eyeballing up front, is who will be able to do that. Now, you're looking where the first guy on the newer tires is. That's Evan Stewart, currently showing back in 7th. So he's going to have a lot of work to do before he's going to sneak by these guys to get any kind of benefit from those outside right tires, and take into consideration when the breakdown, when the tires equal out as far as how hot they get and how much rubber you're using. Pace car is out of the way. Joe Volpus is leading this group. Malarkey giving him a little bit of shove, brings it into the restart zone. 3, 2, 1, away we go. Great start there. But look at Brenner on the outside. He gets an amazing run. Joe Volpus on the inside. Brenner gonna take over the lead from him there. It's Brenner, it's Volpus, Malarkey 3rd, David Buell running in that 4th spot, David Owens 5, Evan Stewart falls back into 6th, Kevin Kyle, Jared Kelly having a little battle as they find each other door to door battling for that 7th and 8th position, and then David Medina sneaking into that picture. And look how wide Kevin Kyle goes, brings her back down, great acceleration. And that's the key there, Joe, is don't let them underneath you. But on the other hand, if you drift up a little high, setting up that apex, man, you could get a great run.
Yeah, you saw a lot of craziness happen there on the restart. Looks like Nick Mills, looks like he's peeking 3 wide right there on the inside, Mean Gene.
Why not? It's Nick Mills. Let's go. Other cars deeper in the field as well, having some interesting battles. Jake Johnson finds himself way back in 17th. He is off of the pace, still falling just a little bit, under attack. Oh, Milliken and Medina get touching.
Oh,
here comes Mills. He says, I love 3 wide. Let's do it again. Oh, let's go into the pits. And back up the track.
Oh, they're wrecking further on back. Oh, boy.
Oh, no, Bobby. That was not what you wanted to see. If you were Milliken,
Oof.
Medina, or Nick Mills, as that lets me push the button once again as we see it again. You know what? That's going to get one of those as well, because let's take a look here. Joe, we're going to kick her over and we'll see exactly what is happening with these boys. This gets wild really quick here. I got the camera on the 17 of Milliken. You can see Bennett's a little loose in front of him. Medina hits the wall, and that causes a backup of Milliken. Then here comes here comes Nick Mills, and he is just pushing this 3 wide. Medina, and there it is. Let's take a ride. Milliken comes back up the track, and there's Modric and Benitez. Very unfortunate right there. Looks like the 33 of Ferdiani down low. He's going to get clear, but, you can see right there as the 17 is going to pick up the 51. Oh, that looked great. Look at that one, Joe. He just decided. He was so close. I made it. No, nope. You didn't make nothing.
That was a big hit into the wall as well.
Yep. Big wreck right there, picking up about 5 guys. Let's look at the front. Oh, look at the front end of that one, Joe.
Oh, boy.
That's good times.
Now that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. You're going to need to bring that one back to the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Looking back through the field, looks like we do have some pitters here as we come around.
Ooh, look at that front end. Woo! God bless.
Yeah, here you go. Here's a good look down pit road. You can see Benitez. Looks like Rick Modric down here with a lot of damage. Chuck Heiger as well. Tim Darby's got his rolling, though, so he looks like he could be all right.
So let me ask you, Joe, if you're one of those guys that didn't pit last time, you don't pit again, right?
Yeah, we're still not in the window to make it to the end here. Unless we keep having a bunch of cautions over and over and over again, then we could get into a window. So looking at the guys that pitted this time, see Paul Ferdiani, Jared Kelly, Jose Medina, all of them, if we keep having cautions, they may be on the right end of this, but they need some help to make it from here. Then everybody else was fixing damage, but they could end up in a good spot. You know, Jerry Rose should have his car fixed up. Same with Tim Darby, Benitez on back. All those boys. As long as their cars are in tip-top shape, they're able to save some fuel. They may end up on the right end of this as well.
Yeah, luckily it's a very, very long track. And unless you are absolutely demolished, you should be able to stay on the lead lap, depending on lap times. And then for repair work, you can get about 55 seconds of damage repaired each lap under caution as well. So plenty of opportunity for these guys. And you can see it is a junkyard in there. Netus, Rose, Chris Smith, Darby Milliken, Rick Modric, Jason Trevino, all these guys getting their cars worked on as we are still underway here on lap number 39. Under caution at the Brickyard 175, brought to you by Todd Dunn here today. Thank you, Todd, for your sponsorship.
Todd Dunn didn't use ChatGPT to make the graphic, but he certainly paid for it.
What do you mean he didn't use ChatGPT? Maybe he used Grok.
Smoke and Joe used free ChatGPT to help out Todd this morning. Give him a solid.
I like the American flag in the background. It's dope.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty cool one that came out this time, not going to lie. Not to toot my own horn.
Oh, did you see me not hit the button? I really wanted to hit the button when you said toot your own horn, but I didn't. All right, so we are back under green.
Uh-oh. They're whipping. They're whipping places. Look out.
No, it's fine.
No!
Don't panic. Don't
What do you
panic.
mean it's fine? There's a car backwards.
Oh, David. I thought it was fine, but instead Look at David Buell. He is the wrong way, Joe. That is not the way to be.
That car looks excessively broken in more ways than one. Oh, look at that. Look at the crab walk. He can't even turn it to the right. It's trying to turn into the infield. That might be a toe.
Wow. And you know,
Look
the
at where he's going. This car has a mind of its own.
really frustrating part of that for him is where he was on that restart. Joe, if you want to kick that over to me, we can take a peek.
Yep, there he goes. He's going for the toe. Well,
Yeah, he's gonna have to get that thing. All right, so let's take a look at the this is the restart, and you can see David Buell is the second car on the outside lane as we are going to take it green. Field starts to spread out a little bit, and then you can see Stewart there closing the gap on the outside, and then Buell comes down. He and David Owens make contact, and kablam, that's Zach Engel into him. That's Nick Mills into him, and he is just backwards and not the situation that he wanted. Let's take it back and look at a different camera angle. And you can see exactly what happens. That's Malarkey directly in front of David Buell. Buell trying to come down. Here comes David Owens. A little bit of contact on that left rear. Owens into the grass. Kyle. Oh, Kevin Kyle and Lynott missed it.
That's Zach
but
Engel.
Zach. Yeah. And then Nick Mills gonna whack him. There it is. David Buell facing the wrong way. And he's going to gun it.
Yeah, the amount of damage that car has, that might be race ending.
Looks pretty in the front. It looks fine.
No, yeah, it's just wiggling for no reason. That's definitely race ending contact right there if I've ever seen it.
That's unfortunate.
All right, Mean Gene, we got some more strategy going on here. So, curiously, Justin Malarkey is going to stay out here after pitting last on 17. So he's going to have to pit again here soon. But now you have the rest of that group on 17 come down and pit along with a few others. Evan Stewart came down for fuel only, it looks like this time, and topped off to be able to be good to the end. And Brenner on back should also be good to the end. It seems like David Medina through Jake Shea are going to hope for some more cautions in order to make it to the end. Justin Malarkey is, he's going to need that Joey Logano fuel tank to make it to the end from lap 17.
Hey, it's doable. It's already there. The Joey Logano tank is already in Indianapolis. It could be right there, his for the taking. So we are on lap 44. We are under caution. Been getting a little testy, Joe. If people really with some aggressive side drafting, and you can see the contact, especially coming into turns 1 and turns 3. And that was really a highlight we discussed at the beginning of the race, was how to make the successful pass. Side drafting, nothing illegal about it, but boy, it can sure get squirrely fast.
Yeah, very squirrely, very fast. Got to be careful of the way these cars are driving. We're coming down to the end of it now. We're going to have 26 laps left when we go back green.
Yes, sir. Lap 44 of a scheduled 70 here. And this is where you think if you took fuel, you're good to the end. If you took fuel here, you should be able to make it to the end of this race. And that's where you start eyeballing certain guys like Evan Stewart. He is the first car that pit there on lap number 42. Now, no tires for him. David Brenner behind him did pit and take 2, as did Vulpes. Bennett with no tires. David Owens taking 2. Kevin Kyle Lynott. All these guys with that 2-tire strategy to make sure that they can make it to the end. In front of them, the only guy I'm looking at might be Jared Kelly. He pit on lap number 39. So maybe if there's a caution, he could push this thing. But somebody like Malarkey, last pit on 17, he is really, rolling the dice. Pace car out of the way. We're into the restart zone. 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Malarkey, great start over David Medina. Michael Sara running third. Mark Dumont making his way up into the top 5. And Zeth Holly, we got a rookie making his way, battling with Jake Johnson, firing around that outside as these two side by side. Holly takes over that 5th place position, still battling as Prime Time having a great day, Joe, back up into the top 5.
Yeah, Jake Johnson having a good run going. Gonna need some cautions, though, to get this thing to go his way pit strategy-wise. And you can see somebody to his outside hoping for some more cautions to really be in the catbird seat. That's Jared Kelly working his way up to 6th right there. Evan Stewart, we know he just pitted for fuel to be good to the end. He's working his way forward on the outside, trying to get into 7th right here. So the guys that have pitted a little bit later trying to work their way forward. But Malarkey, even though he last pitted on 17, is pulling away.
Yes, sir. And that just shows you the advantage of having the clean air in front of you, as that lead is very indicative of what we saw Evan Stewart do when he was in that same position. David Medina second, giving chase. We've watched him pretty much running that top 3 all day long, keeping that number 9 clean front and back. Michael Sara third. Wow, great run here today for the number 27. You can see a little bit of snaking in the back as these guys are trying to find a way around, and then it gets really sexy around that Kevin Kyle, Jake Shea part. That's where you can see a lot of people dancing around Kyle, trying to make his way through that field. You can see Shea on that outside, just a tad off of the pace, a little bit ahead of him. You can see Stephen Neal also starting to fade back the wrong way as Paul Ferdiani going to take advantage, and now Kevin Kyle drawing up next to that 45 as well. He did last pit Stephen Neal on lap 33, taking right side, so shouldn't be suffering this much. But you can see all those cars that just went by him, Joe, they all pit on 42.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies going on. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness.
No. Who that?
That's Chuck Kiger. That car is demolished.
No.
That is a caution.
That is the commander, the commandant of hashtag Team Red Truck. And instead of victory lane music, we get the unfortunate. The demolition derby continues, and this time it's going to be Chuck Kiger falling victim as he is finding himself. Oh, and Joe, that is a bad one. I think we might see a tow situation.
Yeah, he already towed.
Yeah. You want to bring it over? I could give you a little peek.
There.
Here we go. So Kiger bringing it in. He's chasing down Ben Needis. Needis hitting that line like the coach said. Oh, and that car just got loose. And he's trying to save it, but instead. Oh, and somebody, who was that? That's Zach Engel. Zach Engel says, "You want to do more spins? I can help."
That's a big hit, though. Oh.
You want to count that? My word. Let's see here. It's all fine. All right, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 8. About 8. That's pretty good.
And straight to the toe.
Pose it in.
Straight to the toe. He knew.
Yeah, he knew. He knew what was up. So unfortunate end for Chuck Kiger. We'll have to see. Maybe he can do something with that as the crew quickly with the sawzalls, the duct tape, and the sledgehammers.
Yep. You can see back on the track, a couple different strategies going on here again. Zeth Hawley going to come down to pit this time. He was the first one to come out of pit road from this group. Him, Jake Johnson, Nick Mills, Stephen Neal, Jake Shea, all in and out without any trouble. Got Ben Nita, Sam Milliken, Tim Darby, and Zach Engel all there down there fixing damage. Keith Ritchie, I believe he's getting a lucky dog right now, so good for him. He's going to be one down still, though, after this. Kiger's towing, so not a good day for him. Buell back out of the race. Looking around, the guy that pitted on lap 17 is still out here, Mean Gene, and we're on lap, what are we on now? We're coming to the end of lap 49, start of 50, so he's gone well north of 30 laps.
Yeah, he is pushing this thing, and I mean, at some point he's got to make that call. But right now he is content.
I mean,
He's
going to be 33 laps in here, Mean Gene. So I can't imagine that this car has any sort of fuel left in it to go more than maybe 3 laps at most. I'm shocked he's been able to go this far. Well, I guess there's been a good amount of cautions, but I am shocked he's been able to go this far because the fuel tank was only reading about 26 laps.
Mm-mm. So cautions and debris starting to take its toll on the drivers in the back. Angle and Ricci in the pits for an extended period of time, as is Chuck Kiger. David Buell in there for an extended period of time. Trevino, Todd Dunn, all of these drivers either finished or hoping their best as their cars are still continuing to get worked upon. There are 26 cars on the lead lap. Sam Milliken would be the last car out there, but that guy just came in for a 2-minute and 22-second pit stop. So I imagine the 17 had a lot of work going on. Darby as well.
Let's look at his car.
Oh!
Oh my, it's still messed up a lot. They got a lot more work to still do on the 17.
You know what, though? He's the Ray-Ban car. Maybe if you had the Stevie Wonder Ray-Bans, you wouldn't see any of the damage. It would be fine.
You know what else? If he was driving a John Cena car, then you really wouldn't be able to see him.
Wow. Can't see me. I see what you did there.
I know who you are.
I know who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on lap number 50. 20 laps to go. Fuel should not be an issue unless your name is Justin Malarkey and you are trying to push it just a little bit further than you should. I think Jared Kelly should be fine on the fuel window now.
Maybe.
But the guys ahead of him, Dumont, Sara, Medina, Malarkey, I think, and all those guys gonna need fuel. Pit the pace car out of the way. Justin Malarkey on the inside does have control. David Medina in his usual second place spot. Away we go. Great start there. Outside row with a big gap between Stewart and Brenner. Stewart now going to take advantage. Dives down to the bottom behind Michael Sara for that fifth place spot. That leaves Mark Dumont on the outside all by himself as he guns it. Makes contact with Sara. Sara's loose into the infield wall, and calamity early in this run as we see them battling. They got loose up front, and unfortunately for him, another quick caution on that restart. Joe, these guys getting aggressive, and it is so easy to come across somebody's hood.
Yep. A lot of unfortunate mishaps right there. Damage and all the track position now lost for Michael Sara, who's having a great day going, and it's now in peril.
Yeah, you gotta hate watching that happen. If you want to kick it over to me, I can give you a walkthrough of what just happened there from the camera perspective. Anyway, you can see the 27 of Sara. He's got Dumont on the outside. And here comes Evan Stewart into the picture from behind, hugging that bottom apron. Everything looks great. And then I think Stewart, look at that. He's not under his left rear, but I think that he affected the arrow of the 27. And then 27 overcorrects, touches Dumont. Dumont drives away. And it's not too bad damage-wise, Joe.
I don't know. I don't think Evan Stewart was close enough. I don't think he was close enough to affect the arrow. I think
there's a little.
Yeah, he's got a little damage.
Not bad.
I don't think he was close enough to affect the arrow right there. I think that was more of just being side by side and the air being taken off from the car on the outside more than the car behind him. You got to be careful. You got to be careful when you get side by side. Here, sometimes you have to take a shallower corner, and then that could just throw everything off. I think that's what happened there.
So, sorry, going to have some some work to compensate after he was involved in that incident. Unfortunate for him, as we are under caution again here on lap number 51. 20 laps to go to decide who will win the Indy 175 here live at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And look, it finally happened. I think Malarkey said, "Yeah, I need gas."
Yep, he ran out of restarts to be able to save anymore. So he pitted on 17 and then 52. So he went 35 laps with all those cautions. So that is a good indicator to see if we keep having cautions that maybe David Medina and Dumont could potentially have enough to get to the end of the race. I'm not sure if they would have enough if we got into green white checker territory, but they could be close enough to make it to the race now, maybe within a couple of laps, which makes me feel better about Jared Kelly's situation, pitting last on 38, and then of course everybody else. I feel very safe at this point.
Yeah, so all the strategy in the world and a couple of mistimed cautions, and we are back to even for all these drivers. Up front, David Medina is in the lead. Mark Dumont up 4 spots, running in that. What's going on there? And everybody's shuffling now. There we go. All right, now Dumont makes his way up there. Yeah, Mark Dumont. Evan Stewart running third. Jared Kelly making his way up into fourth. I see Joe Vulpes and David Owens, David Brenner, and look at that in eighth. Jay-Z Bennett has made his way back up into the top 10. Paul Ferdiani and Kyle Lynott going to round out that fifth row as we are getting ready to go green here at Indianapolis. Still got the 27 cars on the lead lap. And boy, Sam Milliken was happy that caution came out because he came in for another minute, 26 seconds worth of repair, as did Tim Darby.
Look at the front end of the car this time.
Getting better.
No.
It's better than it was.
I mean, I don't know
how much. They spray painted it.
I don't know how much better. Are you sure you're not wearing the Stevie Wonder Ray-Bans over there?
I am.
That front end did not look much better, if at all.
Officially sponsored by Matt Murdock, attorney at law. All right, so David Medina continuing to be the control car. Has to be happy Malarkey's gone now. Nothing but clean air in front of last week's winner. And they are waiting to drive into the restart zone. Grid is tightening up. 3, 2, 1, away we go. David Medina with a great start. The accordion effect occurs as the crowd spreads out quickly. Medina up into that top lane, that preferred row. Evan Stewart rubbing aggressively on the 14 of Dumont. Dumont unfazed holds his lane, and he still will hold on to the second place position. Evan Stewart third. There's Jared Kelly behind them. Vulpes and Brenner side by side. They're touching each other. They're still racing. Oh, no. As we see calamity in the back of the field once again as action heats up on the restart. And Joe, you know what that means. The demolition derby in full effect as we see contact in the back of the field. I'm going to do my best to get an eye on it. Oh, Joe, I've been saying he didn't cause it, but he paid for it. This time, though,
directly involved.
I think he was directly involved. All right, if you want to kick it over to me, let's see what happened to our caution sponsor. That's the 13 of Darby. And there's Sam Milliken behind him. Milliken's like, oh, I finally got my front end fixed. Nothing could go wrong now. Yeah.
I don't know. This is a combo of a couple things right here. I think the main effect is the 17's front end is still so messed up that the car
can't turn
underneath him. That's going to be, I think, the main determining factor of this one.
Oh, no, Joe. Is this? I think it happened. Let's take a look over there. Did it happen again?
Well, now more front end damage to the 17.
Man, look, oh, it's back. Golly.
Yep.
Look at that. All that paint he had repaired, it's back off again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't think they really got a yeah, that's I don't know. That car's not having a good time.
No, it is not. That is unfortunate for Sam as he finds himself in a situation once again.
All right, looking through the field, Mean Gene. I know we only went one corner, but Malarkey moved up 2 spots right there, actually. Went from 23rd to 21st. So Malarkey's climbed back to the front underway after pitting on lap 52. Michael Sara looks like he may have gotten his car fixed up there pretty well. He's in 23rd right behind him. Not really a lot of pitters here except for guys getting damage fixed. You can see Sam Milliken down here repairing the car for I don't even know. Let's see what pit count number is this. This is 8. So our most pit counts for this race so far are 8. You got 3 people there. You got Sam Milliken, you got Ben Needus, who's rolling out of the pits now, and Tim Darby. And I think I just heard somebody explode. Not sure who that was. But somebody's engine just expired.
Wait, go all the way down. Oh man, yeah. Trevino's had some incidents.
Maybe one of these. Yeah, I would assume it's probably one of these cars that's been sitting on pit road for a while. Forgot to turn the ignition off. And yeah, when you don't turn the ignition off, Mean Gene, you know what happens?
Boom.
Yeah, the car overheats after a certain amount of time, and then boom.
And you know who's got to be mad is Sam Milliken. He came out an instant too slow.
Actually, I do think he beat the pace car out. It's just I think he got confused by what's going on here. I think he beat the pace car out though, and it's just an unfortunate miscommunication potentially, because Iracing wouldn't be telling him to go back around these guys if he didn't beat the pace car. So I'm very so either that or something weird with Iracing happened. Which I mean,
all right, and they do. They're gonna give him that EOL.
So yeah, now Milliken gonna be scored a lap down. He's actually the only car running on the track that is a lap down at this point. So he's got that in his favor.
Yes, he does. Oof. Batten. A lot of paint has been used to fix that car. All right, so we are coming out of turn number 4, getting ready for the pace car to dip out of the way. Going to go live here again. We're on lap number 58, 12 laps remaining. Once they cross that start-finish line, David Medina still up in the lead. And you can see great run by Mark Dumont, finding himself up on that front row. Joining them, you got Evan Stewart, Jared Kelly, bringing it down into the restart zone. 3, 2, 1, away we go. And oh, look how close Stewart stayed with Medina that time. He's going to quickly clear Mark Dumont. And now it's Medina and Evan Stewart rivals at it again. Look at Jared Kelly on the outside. Gets a good run, but Dumont with the acceleration. Gonna stay side by side with him. And oh no, Mr. Bill. Looks like we got some activity on the stretch. And that means, Joe, I get to do it again. As we see activity early in that green start again. As this time it is the 51 getting caught up. Let's go back and see exactly what happened there. All right, Joe, you want to kick it over and take a peek?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I got the camera there on the 51. And he's got the 935 right under him. A little bit of wiggling there by the 51. 935 is right at the quarter. And look, the 51 just drives right down. Nowhere the 35 could go. And the 51 just kind of comes down in front of him. Oh, hits a Shea and rose into the wall. Nowhere the 935 could have gone in that situation. He just gets caught up in it. I think he got away. Hopefully the 935 got away from that foolishness. Let's take a look here. Yeah, he's up on that apron, but 935 was able to get away without too much of an incident. So, just a little grass driving. And able to hold on. Well, Joe, looks like we got yet another caution underway here at Indianapolis. These boys having just a tad bit of difficulty making their way on these restarts. Up front, you can see David Medina still in control as the pace car leading us around. Yeah. All right, so Lucky Dog going to make his way around as well. Joe, we are creeping down. 10 laps to go in this thing. So we started off so clean, 16 laps at the beginning, but once this race tightened up, you can see some really hard side drafting and awareness of the drivers. I don't know if it's fatigue, but we've seen a couple of guys just kind of drive right across the hoods of people.
Driving across the hoods? What?
Well, that time it was the 51 cutting down across the 933, but we've seen it a couple of times. Really hard side drafting. And then once you get into the turn, these guys so accustomed to just diamonding the curb or bringing it all the way down to the apron. Well, surprise, Johnny, there's a car there. And I think that's what brought that wreck out. And we've seen a couple other ones very similar to that.
Yeah, David Buell's incident was extremely similar to that one that we just saw right there. So definitely got some interesting stuff going on the restarts. We'll see if these guys are able to clean it up. We are coming here, if I'm looking at the data right, this is going to be 9 to go, so we're going to go green with 8 laps left. Mean Gene, these guys up front here, Medina, Dumont, I'm still concerned about their fuel situations. We're at 29 laps right now, but the cautions, they may be in that situation where they might be able to make it to the end of regulation. Not sure about green-white checkers for them. We'll have to wait and see. Jared Kelly should be in a little bit more of an enviable spot now. However, Evan Stewart did end up getting in front of him. So Evan Stewart right now I'd say is the first guy that I'd feel safe with on fuel.
Yeah, Evan Stewart didn't take any tires, though, so he's got a little bit older tires. If you look back just a little bit at the other cars that came down, Joe Vulpes, David Brenner, 5 and 6, they took right side tires on 42, as did David Owens. JZ Bennett, 8, only took fuel. Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, making his way up into the top 10. Fuel only for him on lap 42. Kyle Lynott rounding out the top 10 as he took the right sides. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, though, Jose Medina in 11th. This is a championship for driver just a year ago. So he's right on the edge of making it in, as is Kyle Smith, Modric, Jaden Porter, 15th. Nick Mills still running strong in 16th. Prime time. Jake Johnson, 17. Zeth Holly, 18. Justin Malarkey, 19. Michael Sara in 20th. He needs some luck to get back up, to get back to where he once belongs.
Yeah, right now a lot of work still to be done for some drivers. JZ Bennett, though, I don't know if you touched on him there quick there, Mean Gene. He's back up into 8th, so he's made up a lot of ground throughout the course of this race.
27 cars on the lead lap as Sam Milliken was the lucky dog, and he continues living on the edge at the back of the field looking for that opportunity. Pace car is out of the way, waiting to go into the restart zone. 3, 2, 1, away we go. Medina with a good start on the inside, gonna bring Dumont with him. Dumont and Evan Stewart in a drag race. They stay door to door. Stewart now pushes the outside lane. Stewart is past Dumont, side by side with David Medina. Stewart continuing to push it. Great entry into 2. He's got the exit lane angle. Joe and Evan Stewart drives around the outside of David Medina Sr. What a move by the Fish Speed captain.
Great move right there, taking the race lead here at this point. And David Medina looks like he's struggling right now, falling backwards towards the guys behind him. Maybe tires, maybe fuel, not sure. But under attack now from Jared Kelly. Joe Volpes trying to run around the outside as well.
30 laps of damage on the right sides of Medina. The inside tires even older. Jared Kelly now taking over the third place position behind him. You can see also great run here by Volpes. There's Dumont, David Owens, and Paul Ferdiani trending the right way as he's moving up the field as well, and he's going to pass David Owens.
Yeah, David Owens under attack here. They get tight, loose, and everything else off turn 2. You can see J.C. Bennett, David Brenner also in a tight battle. And now you can see Jose Medina pushing Kyle and lots of different stuff going on throughout the field.
This is great action as these boys are moving forward. You can see on the track everyone looking for an advantage. Oh, poor Paul. That move really heated his tires up as he fades a little bit. Going to let J.C. Bennett sneak by him as well, and now finds himself under attack once again. We got a lot of double wide action here as Indianapolis as they are going to complete lap number 64. 6 laps remaining here today. Evan Stewart, he is checking out. He's got that lead
time from him.
up to 163. And Joe, that's on those old tires too. What a move there by Stewart as he is just laying waste now to the rest of the field. Medina still trying to hold off Jared Kelly for second. You can see that great battle going on back in that pack. Kelly going to dive it down low. Will he fade up into David Medina? Does, but Medina holds on. Joe Volpes in striking distance behind them. And Dumont continuing his great run. Owens, Brenner, J.Z. Bennett. And look at the battle there between David Owens as he is now coming under serious attack.
We got cars spinning. Oh my goodness.
No,
huge
Stara again. That is not what we wanted to see from the 27. What a great day. And then the Demolition Derby strikes again as we see the 27 definitely part of that. Joe, I'm going to do a little investigative journalism and see. Oh, my word. That was
massive hits right there.
All right. I think it was him. Oh my. All right. Bring it on over. Let's see what we can see. All right. So there's the 2070s battling with Ben Needus, and they touch. And then Needus says, no, we're not touching. And then Sarah says, yeah, we're going to touch. Yeah. You can see Sarah's just trying to get that angle for the turn.
Maybe
nowhere to go. A little bit of
side
net
draft there too, and that's that.
Yeah, a little bit of net code and
Oof.
bang.
Hard hits.
Yeah, it is. And let's move forward here. And wow, how about Stephen Neal? He is just right place, wrong. Oh, he gets a little touch from Darby and
Stephen Neal.
Yep, right into the back of Needus. And that is going to be the incident here on lap number 66.
Get your kicks on Route 66.
Bam. I see what you did there.
Well, I mean, Gene, I think this might be a good time to get our little ad break in here. Give a shout out to one of our sponsors.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Admin Box is built by iRacers for iRacers for use in league and hosted races.
Connected to iRacing simulation.
The goal? To make race control as easy as possible. Each admin box features pre-programmed commands, no key binding. Get your discount code from this league and go to adminbox.com.
You know, I say it once, I say it 100 times, Joe. You need the right tools to succeed, and that admin box is just going to let you handle business while you can still focus on that driving. That's what you need. That admin box right there, BRL-BOXX, get 10% off. Get that piece of hardware. No more setting hotkeys. No more fumbling with your keyboard. That admin box fits on most traditional trays or add-ons to your rig. Get that admin box here today. Now, Joe, action on the track. We are lined up now for that green-white checker restart. This gonna be something else as these boys are getting ready to go green. Up front, Evan Stewart. When he's been that control car, we just see him vanish on the rest of the field. David Medina up there with him, as is Jared Kelly. So we're going to watch and see. It looks like it's Jared Kelly's turn to try to keep up.
Yep, and we're still watching the fuel situation here. With the way this caution fell, though, much easier for Medina Dumont to save fuel again, so they should be good for at least this green-white checkered, since it's only adding a lap, and they got to run a couple pace laps again here, so they should be in a good spot to at least do this green-white checkered.
Pace car is leading us around. Lights are off as we are preparing to take it green for hopefully the last time here today. Pace car is out of the way. Keep an eye on Evan Stewart. Jared Kelly wants to go even with him into the restart zone. Away we go. Great start there by Evan Stewart as he's going to lead him into the grid, and he is going to have that great jump there. David Medina goes high to go with him. Jared Kelly on the tail, but it's Evan Stewart now pulling away strong once again. Then it is Medina, Jared Kelly, Mark Dumont battling with Joe Volpus, David Brenner, JZ Bennett. Finally's got that 00 running nice. Kyle Lynott and Paul Ferdiani all in the mix.
Yeah, a lot of these guys battling up front. You can see a lot of battling on back through the field, I reckon. Oh, it's the big one.
There it is. It finally happened. As we see little bit of contact turns into a whole bunch of contact. And that means the Demolition Derby continues on the first green-white checkered. Very unfortunate for some of those drivers as they find themselves caught up in the mix. Let's see exactly how that unfolded. Joe, you want to kick it over? I'll give it a little peek. A little peeky poo. So, probably never heard this before, but it's going to be Nick Mills and Chris Smith having a good race down that backstretch. And Mills wants some space, side drafting hard. Chris Smith just kind of cruises up. And then they touch. And now this is where it gets bad. That's Kevin Kyle on the outside.
Oh, no.
And Rick Modric coming into the picture. Kyle gets away. Look at Kevin.
Just sneaks by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, but Chris Smith
oof.
and Modric touch. And Let's take it down a little bit more. See what happens with some of these other cars here. Looks like the 74 of Porter is going to get by, as is the 73 of Malarkey. Here comes the 935. He kind of makes it, and then here comes the 51.
And he doesn't at all.
And he does not. Mills up into the turn. Tim Darby avoiding calamity, and the rest of the field gonna get by. Yep. I heard on the radio the spotter for the 51. He yelled out, he goes, "Go low, go low." Oh no, I meant Jaden, not you.
Oh no.
Yep. Don't have two spotters, boys and girls. Don't have one spotter for two drivers. Mill's still rolling though. Check him out.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
He's doing fine. Everything's
I mean, yeah, the
no,
cars.
it's not.
Oh
Like,
no.
no, it's not.
That's
like,
what you get for saying that. That is the ultimate commentator's curse.
Yeah, it's like
He's
it's
like,
fine.
nope.
It's
No, it's
no,
not.
he toes it.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, straight to the pits. At least he didn't park it on the backstretch.
True. True, true.
Just leave it. Oh, my word. All right. So, Joe, that's going to set us up for the second of a possible 3 green-white checkers.
Well, now, I mean, I was worried before about these guys on fuel.
Right.
Now I'm really worried about Medina and Dumont, if they're going to have enough to make it through this restart or not. We'll have to wait and see, because we're way past any sort of numbers that we've seen anybody go now. We're now coming to the completion to lap 73 to start 74. So that means they've been out there for 40 laps. So I'll be shocked if they have enough to go this green-white checkered, but stranger things have happened.
It is true. It is true. They are lining up on the grid for the second of a possible 3 green-white checkers. But, Joe, this is it. I got faith. Going to make it to the end this time. David Medina bringing it around high. The number 9 with one more try to chase down Evan Stewart. Jared Kelly on the inside of row number 2. Got Joe Volpus out there. Dumont and Brenner, row 3. Kyle Lynott, Jay-Z Bennett, row 4. Paul Ferdiani, David Owens. Going to round out your top 10 as we are waiting for the pace car to get out the way. And we are rolling into the restart zone, waiting to see Evan Stewart bring us to green. 3, 2, 1, away we go. Oh, Stewart delays his start, catches Medina lacking, and that's going to let Jared Kelly get up in there. Inside lane, Joe doesn't go. Look at that as they fade backwards. That's going to let Jay-Z Bennett dive down low as well. As Mark Dumont powers by David Medina into third. Stewart, Medina off the pace, makes contact with David Brenner. Something's wrong with that number 9 as he's 3 wide with David Owens. Battling down the backstretch, 3 wide. Medina, Lynott, Owens, David Brenner in the mix as well. You can see all the cars fanning out front, though. It is Evan Stewart dominating, coming out at 3 and 4.
Yeah, David Brenner going to be the big loser out of this. Look at how far back he's gone. Almost out of the top 10. Now battling with Jose Medina for 10th. Everybody else gets back single file. And Evan Stewart, it looks like, is going to take the white flag here. So this is going to be the official finish of the race.
It is Evan Stewart going into 1. He's got that 0.4 of a second lead. Jared Kelly played bridesmaid to Jason Landry 2 years ago here at Indianapolis. And now he's looking at the taillights of Evan Stewart, bringing him down the back stretch, setting up for turn number 3. Battle still going on from the other positions, though. Dumont, Bennett, Volpus, top 5. Lynott, Medina. It's Medina battling Kyle and Owens. Kyle and Owens touching. They're off the pace. Evan Stewart coming around turn number 4. He's looking happy. Meanwhile, look at Ferdiani battling as well. Coming to the start finish. Oh, they're wrecking Daryl. And David Owens goes for a spin. But the big news of the day, Evan Stewart with the win here at the Brickyard 175. And the Fish Speed captain punches his ticket to the postseason with the big win. Behind him, Jared Kelly, bridesmaid again. And Mark Dumont with his first podium of the year. Jay-Z Bennett 4, Joe Vulpes 5. Oh, what a finish. But, oh, Smoking Joe, that terror at the end, that got wild.
Yep, malarkey. A lot of damage. Looks like David Owens is not going to make it to the flag here.
Oh, no. Do you want to see what happened? Do you want to see?
We had a really great view of it right there. In the background. Let's
see what happened. All right, so you got David Medina in front, that number 9. He's been fading backwards. Kevin Kyle outside, David Owens in the 8. Owens getting a little bit loose, comes up, makes contact with Kevin Kyle. Never said that before in my life. Here comes Jose Medina on the inside, and they touch. And then Kyle trying to regain control. Right there, here comes Porter and Brenner 3 wide. So everything looks fine. We've recovered, and then it happens. Malarkey touches the curb, brings him up into the 8. Those two are loose. Modric, here comes prime time. They make it clear. And then let's just fade a little bit back, Joe, and see. Oh, Malarkey, that's not the way.
Oh, everybody did a good job missing. Oh, until they couldn't.
O'Shea and Darby get caught up in it. See if anybody else is going to.
Oh, my God. Yeah, there's a, oh, Tim Darby. No.
What just happened?
Oh, no. Roll it back. Oh, my goodness.
It makes you wonder. Let's, okay, that's the before.
Oh.
And that's the after.
The whole right front off that thing. Now, I know Tim Darby got into, I think it looked like he got into Owens there, but I have no idea how most of the field missed those guys. Darby and who was the other? There was somebody else there that got involved, and I have no idea if they really could have done anything differently to not be involved in this. It was pure luck, I'd say, that most of the field missed them wrecking. And bad luck for somebody.
Oh, there it is. Look
Darby
at that.
right here, who rolls it down the pits. Oh, yeah, not.
Oh my word!
Not the way he wanted his race to end.
No, there's sheet metal everywhere. Well, that is gonna wrap us up. What a finish, Joe. Let's go to those official standings. See exactly how it went down. So winner today, congratulations, Evan Stewart, gonna take that win. Joined on the podium by Jared Kelly and Mark Dumont. Jay-Z Bennett, Joe, what a comeback for him, as we saw him go from 3rd to last and back up to 4th with that damaged car. He's gonna finish 4th. Joe Vulpes in 5th, and then you can see Kyle Lynott coming home in 6th. Also, fun fact, top 5 drivers, all from different teams. Dumont and Kelly, of course, privateers. David Medina going to come home in 7th. Jose Medina, great run for him, coming home in 8th. Kevin Kyle holds on for 9, and David Brenner going to round out the top 10. Jaden Porter bouncing back from last week, going to finish in 11th. Paul Ferdiani holds on for 12th. I had higher hopes for him, but that was a really wild finish. Rick Modric, 13th. Chris Smith, 14th. Stephen Neal finishing 15th here today. Prime Time going to take her home in 16th. Sam Milliken, hey, look at that. From 27 to 17 with a broke car, the milkman delivers. Jake O'Shea, 18. Jerry Rose, 19. Zeth Holly, 20. Keith Ricci, 21, and Justin Malarkey, after hitting the curb, does come home in 22nd. David Owens ends up a lap down, 23rd. Ben Neatis is also a lap down in 24th. Tim Darby, 25. Nick Mills, 26. And this is the disappointment zone. Michael Sara, this is a day of what could have been, Joe. That guy running top 3 throughout the race, and then just unfortunate circumstances for Mr. Sara.
Yeah, unfortunate circumstances. He was the first DNF of the race here today. Unfortunate for him. Actually, I think Nick Mills was the first DNF, now that I think about it, there on the second to last caution, so he was in the disappointment zone there as well. Behind them, Zach Engel, we saw him in the grass getting involved in T-bone stakes and whatnot, ended up out of the race pretty early as well. Same with Chuck Kiger. We saw how hard of a hit he had with the wall. David Buell, we saw that car break on that restart. That was the end of his day. Jason Trevino had an early issue as well, along with Todd Dunn in one of those big wrecks. Tommy Fox, we saw him caught up in one of the early ones. He was the last car to grid up and DNF in the race because the two behind him were not able to grid up today. That's Jax Duvall, James Vinning, those two not on the grid for today's race. Not sure if they score points or not in the series for not gridding up. I don't think they do, so we'll have to check in later to find out. But the points, Mean Gene, they change ever so quickly when it's so early in the season.
And also the fun part, Joe, is because of how many people there are.
Yep.
You know, the amount of people also really lets you jump up and down, and you got to appreciate that. So again, way too soon points, but you know what? Let's look anyway. Up and Stewart jumping up 6 spots. And remember, Stewart and Medina both are into the playoffs with their win. Joe Volpus, highest guy without a win at the moment. Kyle Lynott, Kevin Kyle, welcome back, Mr. Kyle, full-time again this year, already top 5. David Brenner, what a switcheroo. Remember his jinx season last year, Joe, but here he is already 6th. Jared Kelly, another guy returning to top form immediately. Jay-Z Bennett. Mark Dumont, this is the first time I've seen Mark peaking in that playoff picture. You got to feel good for him. Jaden Porter, another guy that missed the playoffs last year. Here he is in 10th. Medina and Richard Modric. So already you can see just the new names or the returning names having an impact directly behind them, still in this hunt. Fardiani, Stephen Neal, Nick Mills, Primetime, David Buell, Michael Sara, all those guys you're used to seeing. And how about this one? Eric Gambrell, he's only 16 points behind the line, but the guy's only got 1 start. So I think that's a guy that if he could put the stars come into alignment, that's another guy you're going to see. Same as the driver right behind him, Chris Smorrell. Jerry Rose made the playoffs last year, 38th, tied with Chris Smith, and then rookie Seth Hawley, Tim Darby. So all of this still in motion as we move forward next week into Auto Club. Auto Club, a more traditional track, I would say, Joe.
Yeah, definitely a more traditional track for the series. We've always seen a lot of good racing there, so we'll see how things go when we get there next week. A lot more than 1 lane, so I do expect to see a lot of the chaos from today really clean up.
Oh, speaking of chaos, let's see who's the incident point winner here today. Oh, it's Chrome Dome, 25.
Oh.
He missed it by 1, Joe.
Yep, he did.
Doesn't 26 penalize you or kick you?
I think it's something like that. You get up that far, you're in trouble. So
yep.
He got very
and
close
behind
to it.
him, Seth Hawley with 24. So we got some guys making moves up there. Rough race for those individuals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, I know you do, make sure you are subscribed so you can keep track of every time the Vortex Racing Network goes live, and you're really going to want to do it this year. Already getting a touch of some greatness here on the Sunday mornings. And in just 1 more day, it begins. That's right. Monday Night Mayhem will be back. Myself, Mean Gene Money and Zach Panzarella will be bringing you that cup action as we watch Grant Applegate defend back-to-back titles against a new cast of players, as well as all the faces you love and hate there on Monday nights. Tuesday night, Big Truckin' Tuesday, boy, that season is coming to a regular season close. You're going to want to check out how that progresses. And Wednesdays, that's back underway once again. It's now, though, Joe, y'all went Gen 6.
Yeah, Gen 6 racing on Wednesday nights right there, live with myself and Buddy the Professor. Come check it out. Daytona last week. Go check out that broadcast. This week, we are at Vegas, so another good race ahead.
Gen 6, they're so much fun. Thursday nights, that is the Quantum Contender Series. Kevin Kyle and Kyle Lynott bringing you live racing there as well. All wraps back up on Sundays. Now, recruiting still underway for the DDI ARCA Monday series. If you're a 2700 I rating or below driver, you like ARCA cars, that thing kicks off 7 o'clock Eastern is the practice. You can still get in on that. You want to reach out to Zach Panzarella or Patrick Cowgill. They can hook you up through Discord. Want to give a big shout out today to our sponsors. Thank you so much to Todd Dunn for his title sponsorship of the Brickyard 175. We went a little further than that today, but you know, ChatGPT can't be wrong, as it was 175 plus miles here today. Thank you as well to Kyle Lynott for his 988 Pole Award sponsorship. Kyle, of course, bringing awareness and helping the fight against this epidemic. Remember, if you or loved ones find yourself faced with overwhelming depression or sadness, help is available through the 988 crisis hotline. Text or call that number. Thank you, Kyle. And to Tim Darby as well for his sponsorship of the cautions. The Demolition Derby would not be possible without the contributions of Mr. Tim Darby and Admin Box for all that they do with their partnership with the Bonfire Racing League. Joe, final thoughts as we walk away from Indianapolis here today.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff happened in this race. It was great to see that run at the start of the race, all the different kind of things going on with strategy, but things just went way too chaotic throughout. I am looking forward to returning to normality next week when we go to Auto Club, and hopefully cooler heads prevail across the field, so we don't see a lot of this.
Not so much this, but this. I can't wait to see it next week. Hopefully we'll get that same beautiful field, and we will see some exciting racing at Fontana. Gone in reality, but will always be there in our hearts. Thank you once again to you, the viewer at home, for joining us. On behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, and my partner, Smokin' Joe, it's been our pleasure to bring you this action. Enjoy the Indianapolis race with the NASCAR Cup drivers here today. And as always, bottoms up and hammer down.